This is Super Yacht News with E. Sisman.
Hi, welcome back to the channel. So the captain of the Superyacht accused of starting the fire on the Greek island of Hydra has confessed to causing the fire. The 54-metre or 177-foot motor yacht Persephone 1 is at the centre of a controversy after a fire started on the island of Hydra in Greece was attributed to people from the yacht causing that fire with a firework display. The captain and the crew of the vessel were initially jailed pending trial, and at that point the crew denied any involvement with the fire. Now the charter guests left the following day after being questioned by authorities and returned to their home country of Kazakhstan. Although the crew were released, the captain and chief officer remained in jail pending court proceedings. Well, now the captain has taken full responsibility for the incident. He gave supplementary testimony to authorities, which is expected to trigger further judicial developments regarding the 13 crew members whom are currently being prosecuted for that fire. Now, according to reports in the Greek media, the imprisoned captain, at his own request, gave a supplementary testimony on the 2nd of August in which he took full responsibility, exonerating the other crew members and the foreign multimillionaire charterers of the yacht. He testified that he procured an array of 15 fireworks with which he placed and set off on a rock in the sea. 14 of them headed away from the island, but one of them took the opposite route and fell on one of the island's steep slopes, starting the fire. He also stated that he acted on his own initiative without the assistance of the crew members from the yacht, whom he intended to surprise with the display. When asked about his testimony and the original testimony in which he denied any involvement, he said that he was in a state of panic and hence provided a different version of events. So there we have it. He has now confessed to setting off those fireworks. It's never a good idea to have any pyrotechnics on board a yacht or any explosives at all, other than the regulation emergency equipment that is tested and stored in a safe way for emergency use only. I find it unlikely that he decided just to set off some fireworks without being asked to do so, but I suppose it's possible, and according to his statements, it is true. It's a matter of fact. But the book always stops with the captain as to what happens on board any vessel, regardless of who owns the vessel, and he is living by that standard, which is, I suppose, admirable. All right, guys, we'll move on to the next story. Now, if you remember, just a few days ago, we showed you a video of Superyacht Lady Mara and Superyacht Venus crashing into each other in strong winds. In that video, we talked about the responsible party and we said that we believed it was Venus hitting Lady Mara. However, we've had another video sent in from a different perspective, a different angle, and it's very clearly showing the wind direction, and it looks like Lady Mara swung around and hit Motoryacht Venus. Now, a representative of the owner of the 104-metre Lady Mara has also released a statement about the event explaining what happened, or from their point of view, and what led to the collision between the two yachts. The statement reads, Lady Mara anchored in the Bay of Naples at a depth of 40 metres with 7 shackles of chain deployed, which is the minimum required for safe anchoring under the given conditions. Several hours later, Venus arrived at the anchorage and seemingly misjudged the length of the chain that Lady Mara had in the water. Subsequently, a violent squall with winds of 50 to 55 knots from an unexpected direction, different from the prevailing forecasts, caused the impact. Despite numerous efforts by Lady Mara's crew to alert the Venus crew by blowing the whistle and hailing on the radio, it appears that the bridge of Venus was unmanned. Neither vessel dragged their anchor. So the representative of Lady Mara is suggesting that Venus was at fault for anchoring too close to Lady Mara, but they stop short of saying what looks to be the case. From the new video, we have that Lady Mara did swing around, causing the impact with Venus. And as I said, this video seems to show that is the case. In the previous video, we talked about swinging circles and how yachts are meant to prejudge the minimum safe distance between two vessels to prevent this very thing from happening. What's curious to me is that when the crew of Lady Mara apparently saw Venus anchoring too closely to them, they didn't contact the vessel and ask them to move further away, which is generally what happens. In my experience, when a vessel gets too close, the bridge of the vessel they're getting too close to will immediately call them on VHF and say, you know, you're getting too close, you need to move further away. And if they refuse to do so, then Lady Mara should have took it upon themselves to make the distance safe by moving their own vessel. Now, we don't know if any conversation or communication took place between the two yachts when Venus arrived. They'll know if that happened or not. I'm just speculating on what should have happened. This may have happened indeed. In the video, we can see the strong winds and we can see the direction of the flag on the stern of Lady Mara blowing, and we can see whitecaps on the water. Of course, there's other signs, but for the untrained, you can see the flag blowing. That tells you which direction the wind is blowing in, right? Now, what also is curious to me is that in the previous video, people were saying, why didn't they blow the horn? Which they clearly did, and you can even hear it in that very video being blown. Obviously, the horn is at the front of the vessel, up on the mast, and so it does sound like it's in the distance, and it's blowing forwards as well. So, you can hear it though; it's clear. Hey! The good news is that both yachts are dealing with the situation professionally, according to the statement from Lady Mara. All right, guys, I just want to say one thing about the comments section. Now, we're always willing to discuss a subject that's been in a video, such as who is at fault, like in this video here, which vessel crashed into which, etc. Whatever the subject of a video is, we're happy to discuss it. And also, as you know, if we make a mistake or if it comes to light that what we said is incorrect, that we will correct that in a future video. We do it all the time. Anyone who's been watching the channel a long time will know that that is the case. If you post a comment, please stay on topic. We blocked one person this week because he posted numerous on other people's comments, name calling of us and other people because he believed he was correct and he believed that we were wrong. Now, like I said, we're happy to discuss if someone's right or wrong, but there's no need for insults. You need to be able to talk professionally, which is what 99% of people in the comments do. But we're not going to accept it, and if it's directed at us or anyone else, the account will be blocked. Think of it this way: if you invite someone in your house and they're rude to you, well, you're not going to invite them again so they can be rude to you a second time, right? Like I said, luckily 99% of the comments are professional and on topic. All right, guys, remember to check out our Patreon page. We've got an update about the Monaco Yacht Show. Yes, it's almost that time already. And we've got many other videos on there that will never come to YouTube. So check it out, patreon.com/esysman. If you've got any information about any stories that we've just covered or any other stories, please be sure to get in touch in the normal fashion. You can get us on the email address in the ticker. You can get us on the About page of the YouTube channel, get us on Instagram and Facebook Messenger, on Twitter and on Threema. Please be sure to like this video, very important for the algorithm. Hit the subscribe button and hit the bell for future notifications. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch up with you soon. Bye-bye.